In case I never said it, I'm in Cibolo Nature Park. So, this is my geography in my backyard. This is the video. A type of, I want to say this is gravity effects. As you can see, if you look at the tree itself, it's curved. Which, yes, it's not been fully addressed, but in regards, I wanted to show that this can prove that there's erosion around these areas. Here's a stream. Now, if you look at it, there is no water. But that's because it's a meandering stream, but also an ephemeral stream. Ephemeral streams, as we learned in class, is a stream that really doesn't exist. When it only exists when it rains, and which it hasn't rained. So, in continuation to what I was stating, one key aspect that you can notice in this specific area is the extreme erosion that has occurred here. Now, I'm not sure if I can capture it in this camera exactly, but that's kind of a steep, yeah, you got that right there. Yeah, it's steep. This is a steep erosion. I'm not gonna say it's mass wasting because it's not been extreme, but you can clearly see up there. You can see that the rocks have been breaking apart, and right there's a specific tree you can see that has fallen. As you can tell, barely, vaguely. Damn, that sucks. Alright, as you can tell, it has fallen. Right there. That's due to the erosion that occurs in this area, because rain will fall from up there in that area onto here, and that water will come all the way down here till it reaches this embankment, I would call. And in this embankment, it flows down over there to where you can see that there's a bridge. That bridge is there for when it fully rains, the water can flow. As you can see, you can clearly see where the water flows here. It's a very peculiar and obvious way. As in,
and as you can see right here, this is where a lot of erosion occurs because these are called rills. Rills are quarter wide and an inch deep, and this occurs with water goes down a slope and causes a little indent in the ground. And as you can see, there's an indent. Gravity, yay!
even though you can see that this has been clearly an alteration by man, there is still a great severity of difference. As you can see, this was man-made. Or actually it was, yes it was, I assume it was. But at the same time it does have... Anyways, you can see where erosion has occurred under this. This part is cement. Clearly this was man-made. But right below that, you can see that there's been a major change here in the ground. You can see that erosion, which I believe was chemical, occurred around here, and especially you can see moss forming. I'm not sure if the camera can really pick that up, but there's a good amount of moss here formed. And not to mention, you can see what the fuck type of erosion right here occurring due to, well, chemicals. Or not chemicals, water. Water that might have chemicals inside of it. Which, surprisingly, is a thing that occurs relatively often. Anyways. Let's keep on going. As you can see, this all has been altered thanks to, well, erosion. Yes, this was to a certain degree man-made, but as you can see, it has eroded to a point where water trickles down here. And how can I tell, you might ask? Well, because it's uneven. And as you know, most nature, things that happen in nature are not even or balanced. So you can see the wood right here, how erosion has occurred. Not only that, but also this trail itself. you can see how it's very much not made easily for one to walk down. But that is thanks to, of course, natural erosion, which I'm not going to say, once again, it's not mass wasting because, well, that cannot occur in this section. But what can occur is giant trees. I'm pretty sure this has nothing to do with our course. But, boy, do they look lovely. And as you can see, or hopefully as you can hear, there's a lot of wind in this area. Today, it appears to be a low pressure system because it's cloudy and there's a lot of moisture and there's high odds of rain today. So with that information, I concur that today is a low pressure day. And now, here is a great place where you can see nature occurring at its finest. So, if we took a look right here, there's a lot of moss growing. Then, thanks to the humidity, of course, of the water that is all over this area. Because right now, we're at a lake, or a stream. And this is, I'd like to believe, oh my gosh, please don't fall, a meandering stream. As you can see, it has curves. It's not that okay. It's not that okay. Dr. Yeager, I'm gonna be sincere with you. I do not want to fall, and I'm already standing on the edge. So take my word, please. This is a meandering stream. I can tell. But it's not an ephemeral one. It's a permanent, because as you can see, the moss level, if the camera will allow me to zoom into the moss level, it rarely changes. It's a constant, and due to that information that I can observe, I want to assume that this is a permanent because it hasn't really rained lately here in Boerne. So with that information, I want to assume, and I can concur, that this is a meandering permanent stream. Possibly intermittent. I have not noticed change, but I'm pretty sure it's a permanent stream. Here, let me permanent stream. Please don't dock points, Mr. Yeager. So, due to most water moving around these areas, you can see that there's traces of where water has rushed past due to flooding. You can tell mostly, and this is what I want to assume mass wasting, due to motion and the movement of items you can see here. You can see that the plants and all organics have been moved towards this way. That is due to a flooding situation that occurred. It has little turns and twists, showing that it's a meandering stream. I don't want to fall. If I fall, can I have like 5 bonus points? There's rocks up here that you can tell are like puzzle pieces and have been broken off due to the erosion that has occurred, once again, by water falling down to this area. It has a lot of sedimentary rock, or simple rocks, as in, I believe, no, this would be sedimentary, I believe. And if I'm correct, this is limestone, which actually, I'm wrong. There are chemical erosion here. As you can see, it's grayed out. And now, if I were to find a recently broken rock, like up there-ish, you can see that there's more of a yellow hint. Okay, I cannot find one, but I'm willing to bet that this is limestone. And as you can obviously see, it's been grayed out. That is thanks to chemical erosion occurring thanks to chemicals in the air, in the rain. Now, here, we can see a rock wall itself. How lovely. And you can see, I was correct, this is limestone, and it has heavily been chemically eroded. So I'm not sure the camera picks up, but there is a clear yellow hint to this area. As you can see, there has been erosion here. It's concaved. This right here is what looks to be starting to be a cave, thanks to how water and erosion has occurred here. At the same time, you can see how weirdly it wants to be exact cuts or flat, but it's not due to the erosion. Now, this is mass erosion, mass waste. As you can see, this rock clearly used to go up here. And that's because, well, erosion occurred. I want to assume that this all occurred due to fluvial erosion and gravity, because erosion started occurring. Maybe this area probably was bigger. Now that I look at it, this probably was a bigger lake, and over the years it subsidized. So this probably occurred due to a bigger lake being here, but it was altered. But this is so interesting. The fancy camera died, so womp womp. Anyways, damn, that's crazy. I can't flip the camera. All right, we'll make this work somehow. As you can see, there's been erosion right here occurring, and this erosion is cracking the rocks due to its effects in nature. You can see more organic erosion with the roots of the trees breaking through the sedimentary layer of the rock. And you can tell it's sedimentary due to how it's been layered, and there's different types of rocks. That's a bug right there. Anyways, more layers and more changes into the rock. That is pretty cool.